Hi, it's Brandon Raynor here. Many people have been asking me what have I been doing during the COVID outbreak because I haven't been teaching as much. The answer is gardening. So we have a 17-acre property here just north of the Sunshine Coast in Queensland, Australia. And we call it Raynor Naturopathic Gardens and Wildlife Refuge. So we're trying to grow a lot of medicinal herbs and fruit trees and that sort of thing, while also providing protection and a habitat for a lot of the native animals. So the birds, wallabies, etc. We've had koalas here, echidnas, and all sorts of things. So thought I'll give you a little tour of what we've been doing so far. So this is our lower garden. We planted all of this about 5 years ago. This is called a marmalade grevillea. So it's got some very pretty flowers on it. It's quite a big tree now. Yeah, I planted most of the stuff about 4 or 5 years ago. Sometimes some of it 3 years ago. This is a mango that's in flower. It's quite a beautiful flower, as you can see. These produce incredible mangoes. Really just beautiful tasting. We didn't get much last year. Last year was a very, very dry time with a lot of bushfires, and I was away teaching overseas, so trees weren't always getting looked after. But this year they're getting fertilized, they're getting nurtured and watered. There's another mango tree there, which I'll come up to. That's another grevillea. So grevilleas are a native Australian tree. We are in a very dry time right now. We haven't had rain for a few weeks, and it's the end of the dry season, so just the start of spring here. So everything is looking quite dry. I've had to water a lot. This is a strawberry guava, about to come into fruit. You can see all the little buds coming and new growth. And here's a lychee. So lychees are one of my favorite fruits. They look like that. And you can see a lot of new growth on this one. I've been looking after them very well. And this is a honey gem grevillea, and beautiful flowers, and sometimes it has a nectar that comes off of the plant, and it tastes like honey. But because of the dryness, there's not a lot happening at the moment. But it's a beautiful plant, beautiful tree or bush, and we get a lot of birds come and visit it. Here's another lychee. You can see it's quite beautiful in the way it comes about. And a mango. Again, I love looking at the new growth on mangoes. And obviously they're all going to turn into beautiful mangoes. If we get too much, we'll make some mango chutney. And yeah, as I say, there's this grevillea here. Beautiful flowers. They call it a spider flower as well. Mangoes. This is a loquat. I cage some of my trees because that's the loquat. I cage them because of the wallabies. They do, and possums sometimes will eat the young trees. This is a mulberry, and it's just coming out. They lose all their leaves pretty much, and you can see the fruit starting to develop there and here. And here we have another lychee. It's just a nice time of year for everything. Another mango. Just got a lot of life force happening at the moment. Actually got a few gray clouds, but it doesn't mean it's going to rain. We hope it will, but it won't. And that's that golden glory grevillea. And then this is a bottle brush, pink champagne bottle brush. You can see it comes out sometimes in a lot of these beautiful flowers. It's got more flowers coming on now. Another lychee. And another strawberry guava. These are banksias. They're another food tree, but they come out in a beautiful flower. There's a bigger one there. There's another loquat to get it eaten. These are some citrus that I've had to recage because they got completely eaten. But they're coming back to life quite nicely. And at the back there we've got a star apple. It's been struggling a bit, but not too bad. So again, this nice banksia here. This part of the land's not quite as fertile, but we do have some native trees growing here. And again, trying to rejuvenate some citrus. There's a longan there and a longan there. This is a lemon myrtle tree. We use the cardboard in behind to suppress some of the weeds. We get this giant rat's tail grass, and that's been a real problem for us, so we use cardboard to suppress it. Some of the peaches and nectarines are flowering at the moment, and later on I'll show you some areas where I've had to put some bird netting up because the birds do love them. But they are a beautiful flower. This is another peach or nectarine, and you can see some of the little fruits through there and in here. And back there we have a neem tree. I have to water back there. And there's another longan. More citrus that are recovering from wallabies eating them. A fig tree. Another fig. Some bamboo. A coffee plant. So, comes out in some red coffee beans. Takes a long time to make the coffee though. These are Suriname cherries. That's an acerola cherry. Another longan. More mulberries. You can see them growing there. Rosemary. Another neem tree. So they say if you eat one of these leaves a day, it'll clear your system of many different parasites and that sort of thing. So it's very, very bitter. It tastes terrible, but I still eat it. Here's another coffee plant. You can see some of the coffee beans on it still. And if we go down this way, we can see this loquat tree that I'm watering at the moment. It's doing quite well. And again, a Suriname or Brazilian cherry. Another longan. Some rosemary. A lychee that we planted from seed. The other one's grafted. Suriname cherry. And a guava, strawberry guava. And here's another guava. A few things have been eaten here. This is a lily pilly. So it's a native Australian fruit tree. It doesn't have fruit on it at the moment, but it comes out in these small little fruits that are actually quite nice. A little bit sour, a little bit sweet. Another lychee tree here. A native tree. I've forgotten what that one that we put in is, but I think it's a native fruit tree. This guava we just finished eating from. It's an Indian guava. I'm just getting the bird netting down. The birds will definitely like to eat it too. And here's another mulberry in front of us. You can see some beautiful little fruits forming. And still, I believe, one guava just starting to grow. I saw the other day. Hopefully I'll have to bag it. and to prevent the birds eating it. And of course I can't see it at the moment. If it was in there somewhere, you might be able to spot it. Anyway, we have a lot of guavas from this tree. It was beautiful. Indian guavas, quite big. Been using them in my kombucha with ginger. So ginger and guava kombucha. I'll show you more about it. I found the guava that's growing. This is the little last one there. And yeah, guavas are an amazing food. Just writing some articles for our whole food nutrition course about guavas.